Hello, my name is Mercury, and welcome to this brand new episode of Media Buffet. Today, I'm alone. Today, I'll be discussing Tomb Raider: The Legend of Lara Croft, its first season, which came out last year in October. This has taken quite a bit to get to. I know we did trailer. I know I did trailer episodes for this show back when it was back when it was going to come out, and yeah, no, I never did. It took me quite a bit to even it it took me a while. And the reason for that is that I just kind of fell out of interest with this show. I watched until like episode 4. I kind of forced myself to watch episodes 5 to 8. I will say, but I'm here now talking about this. So yeah, I got really bored from this show. I think I got to maybe episode 5, and then I like tuned out for a bit, and I didn't watch anything after that. So, but now I'm here, and now I get to talk about it. I get to talk about why I kind of fell out of this show for quite a bit. Really, it's it's honestly impressive. How this show even like made me like just kind of follow interest, but it's explainable how. One thing I didn't want to mention is that uh is that that the trailer episodes I mentioned this in the trailer episodes, but I you probably fucking heard nothing. I mentioned this in the trailer episodes, but I have never touched a Tomb Raider game. I haven't played one. I can't tell you anything about the games. So I was going to this pretty much completely blind as as an outsider, and I'm guessing that's what these shows are mostly made for. It's for like these shows that sort of these video game adaptation shows. They're mostly for people that don't know about the franchise to sort of get into it. But Tomb Raider has had its history in adaptations. There were movies in the 2000s. There was the most recent movie, which came out in 2017. So not that recent, but it's the most recent movie. And now this is the most recent adaptation. So Tomb Raider has had its fair share uh, of adaptations. Like there's that. We have it was 2018. We had the first the two movies in the early 2000s, and then just called Tomb Raider. Uh, this 2018 movie called Tomb Raider, which is okay. Oh, isn't half bad for an hour. And then there's another hour. The hour is quite bad. It's a oh. But yeah, it seems like it's mostly just was okay, but it wasn't what people wanted. And the 2000s one, I'm not sure how these were taken. Where is the reception? 20%. Fucking hell. And this one, the second one. Okay, a bit better, 24. Okay, but yeah, suffered the. Oh, there's been another adaptation here. What the fuck is Game Tab? Online video games? What the fuck? Okay. So weird, but yeah, there was apparently there's another TV show, and then there's then there's Legend of Lara Croft, which is what I'm talking about, which is what I am talking about today. And there's another Tomb Raider show. That's how Tomb Raider May 2024. Okay. So apparently there's a Tomb Raider show. Another Tomb Raider show coming out that's like live action. It seems that's interesting. Another one on Amazon Prime Video. There's also another film from Amazon. Interactive television series from okay. So Mirror Universe and franchise, whatever. Alright, whatever. Also, should mention that okay. That I mentioned this in the trailer episodes, but the Legend of Lara Croft is part of the Crystal Dynamics timeline of Tomb Raider games. Even though I read about this I think either after or during the episode, or maybe even before. Since I think we did 2 trailer episodes. Tomb Raider, what Crystal Dynamics is trying to do with their current Tomb Raider franchise is that it's a prequel to the original games. That's what they're trying to say, and everything that has happened, they're prequels instead of being like a whole reboot. Which, I mean, fine, but like from what I've read, there's like some retcons. So like I don't think that was their intent the entire time, but like it was what they went with. So yeah, um, I mean whatever. Also, I would like to see if this film, television series, and video game would be connected with the games that we have. Also, there's another fucking movie. Oh, jeez. Okay. Another movie called Tomb Raider Stadium was supposed to come out, but that was canceled. So yeah. And obviously games, like a lot of games. Crystal Dynamics. No, there's a lot of fucking games. Hold on, what? Tomb Raider Legend. Anniversary. This is the reboot, yeah. Survivor, yeah. So what I was trying to say is that like this show is part of the Survivor trilogy, which I mean, okay. So, yeah, no, like that's what this is a part of. Instead of, and what they're trying to do, it seems, is mostly is making the Survivor trilogy prequels to the original games. So where the fuck is this? Is it this? Second. What the hell is going on? Anniversary is a second. Okay, that makes no sense. What's Tomb Raider Legend? Reimagining of the series? I don't even know what this is supposed to be. This is so confusing. Never mind. But yeah. Um, cool. Anyways, yeah, no, there's a lot of stuff I want to talk about. Not a lot, really. There's stuff I want to talk about with this show, especially why it kind of bored me to death. So we're just going to get into it. I have not much more to say. Uh, aside from, like, just like, nothing else that I have to say about the show really, like beforehand. So yeah, just warning. I am not a Tomb Raider fan. I've never been a Tomb Raider fan. Am I gonna play the games? Maybe. They have the collections out for all the OG games, which are just remasters. So I might play those. I might buy those if they're on sale at some point. Maybe not. I don't know. But yeah. Let's just get into it. And we're gonna start off with what we always start off with, the animation and action. And I gotta say, the animation and action are solid. There are no it doesn't the show doesn't look bad. That's the best I can give. It doesn't look bad. It actually looks good. Like it looks good. This studio, uh I'm pretty sure it's Powerhouse. Where is it? Yep. Let's go here. This like is it Powerhouse? I don't remember. The fuck. There we go. No. Shit. There we go. Powerhouse, yeah, and Powerhouse has made things we've covered before, or just a thing we've covered before, which is Skull Island. They made the Skull Island show, and I talked about there that I talked about there that like in Skull Island that the animation kind of faltered, and sure it looked good in some points, but like it didn't work in others. The animation was spotty in Skull Island, and here it's much better. Like everything looks really good. There's actual shading this time around. It's not just really subpar to the animation. That's not what this show is, and I can appreciate that, the fact that they decided to do that, because also they have made other shows like Castlevania and its sequel series Nocturne. So yeah, they've made stuff, and I've seen the animation for both shows, and it doesn't look half bad there either. So I got no idea. They also made Masters of the Universe, which is a whole other fucking thing. but yeah, just just the animation was good, and the action is also, I think, good. Like it's not bad. Like I like the action in the show. Like it's not hard to follow. It's acrobatic, or sometimes creative, but not really creative. It uses, like, Lara Croft is very acrobatic in this show, and it adds to the action sequences. I think it's not bad. It's not the greatest animation of all time. It really isn't, but it's not bad, and the action, for as much as it is in the episodes, for like as much as like there's action pieces in the episodes, I think they do a well enough job at just uh, animating them and making them look good. Like, yeah, no, it's really good. Like, not really good, but it's good. It's good. It's good animation. You're not gonna fucking just look at things and have animation errors. There's nothing like that. It just looked better than Skull Island, and I can't believe Skull Island was like a year before this. So, I think I see where the priorities were with Powerhouse Animation. But yeah. Anyways, I think that's really it. Like there are, I mean, there's nothing that looks bad. Like the weather effects here don't look awful. Fucking hell, the creature that appears at the end isn't even awful. They're just like I've seen. Watching the show, I've seen like instances of them using CGI, and that's fine. Like I think it looks fine. I think the fluidness of it all is like the fluidness overall doesn't like take the fluidness of the CGI doesn't take away from the from the 2D animation. It doesn't make it look off. If you notice it, if you're looking for it, of course you're gonna see it. But if you don't notice it, then you're not. I mean, obviously you're not gonna see it, but like you're not going to mind it. It's not. It's not popping out. It's fine. It's fine animation. But yeah, let's. Aside from that, let's move on to the characters. Something I want to. I'll talk about it in the plot really. Let's talk about Lara Croft first. Okay, Lara Croft in this show. I don't know what they're doing, really. So I looked it up, and some people say that Lara Croft in the Survivor trilogy isn't a lot like her original counterpart. And I feel like in this show they're trying to go in that direction. Like they're trying to go in the direction where they want to make her more like the video game counterpart. They gave her the double pistols at the end. So yeah, they're trying to make her more of that, I guess, of that adventurous type that we see in the original games. And in here, she does do a lot of that. I'm not sure if that's how she is in the Survivor trilogy, but there's a lot of that here. But they sort of bring a lot of from the Survivor trilogy too, of like the emotional moments, and like Lara Croft spends most of the fucking series crying. It's like I get having scenes like sadness or anything, but I feel like it's too much. Where it's like almost every fucking episode she cries, like god damn. It's such a big contrast. I mean, I guess like characters can have depth, of course, but I don't know. Like there's a way to do it, and I feel like this show doesn't really do it. And Lara Croft, like all of her, like the biggest thing. This is more for the plot, but the biggest thing is that this entire emotional turmoil that we see Lara Croft in throughout the entire show. Like this, I think this takes place after like there's a character called Roth. I'm fucking for Tomb Raider fans, they know who that is. But he died, and Lara's really upset about it. And I'm not sure if that was recently or in another game, but like it happened recently within the timeline, and it seems so that's affected her. But I don't know. I don't know. It doesn't come up all that often. It's not It's not emphasized that much. I feel it's like sometimes they bring it up to like to have it there. Like yeah, just to kind of have it there. That is the entire reason why like the Roth stuff is brought up. It's just to have a moment. When it's like, no, it's not how this works, how you write stuff. You don't just like do this type of thing. But yeah, I feel like Lara Croft's character like conflicted a lot with itself in ways where it didn't work. Obviously, again, characters can like conflict with themselves and have emotional turmoil and all that. But it didn't work in this show because it wasn't developed more than she's sad about Roth. And also, I guess Camille a little bit. That's like the only thing there, and nothing was like closed out of that. So yeah, like nothing came of it, really. And yeah, no, that's like sad. Where like the main thing that the character is doing this the main thing, the main problem this character is doing has like little to no bearing on the plot. It's like super, and they take it super superficial. It's insane. It's like I don't even get how you do this. Um, let's move on to another character. Jonah. Jonah is like a fine character. It's just that as an outsider, I don't know these guys. So I know it's probably a lot more emotional to Tomb Raider fans. Maybe not. Maybe I'm talking out of my ass. Maybe Tomb Raider fans don't like the new characters that the Survivor Trilogy brought on. I'm not sure, but maybe they have much more of a connection. Like the fans and this character from the show. Like maybe because he's in the games, maybe because he has a lot more of a presence. He is much more memorable and much more liked within the gaming, within the actual gamers and the players of Tomb Raider. But this show has to have that mentality that not everyone that watches it is gonna be a Tomb Raider fan. So having this character trying to show up and I guess not really given that much of like a personality or goals or all that, or having very very shallow relationship with Lara Croft and not really showing that a lot is really I think just kind of it hampers it a lot because I don't feel bad for Jonah. Like I don't care. Sure, like he has like that family and all that, but like it's only brought up sometimes, and when it's brought up multiple times, it's the same thing again and again. It why 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 did they write it like this? It's like nothing gets resolved, and then when Jonah gets taken, it's resolved in 2 episodes, and that's it. There's like nothing after that. Why? Just keep it like I would have kept him until the end. Like just kept him like I kept him in Charles's control until the end of the show, where it's a lot more emotional, and maybe we see a lot of Lara's moments with Jonah and her reminisce, and we actually see her relationship with the character. But no, it's just it's. I mean, like, oh, the fans won't want to see that. I feel like you could do some interesting things with that because that's probably not been explored in the games yet. So yeah, and also new people have to fucking watch that. People have to know, and no, it's resolved in the 2 episodes. So yeah, what the hell? Um, and I don't know. I'm not even talking about my ass, but that's what I noticed in the show. Like I didn't really care much about Jonah when he got fucking mind controlled because I don't have a reason to. I don't have a reason to care. So yeah, and next up is Camille. Camille almost does fucking nothing. She's like almost a nothing character. She shows up like the Roth thing for a little bit, and that's it to reconnect with Lara. That's about it. We see of her until the finale, and it's like, well, I don't even know this character is from the games. It's like I'm not even sure if this character has shown up in the games yet. So yeah, like I don't know, piss poor job of even like setting out the character. I think we do get a lot of like her and a lot of her like moments with her and Lara and like the flashbacks and all that. So I guess like it's fine, but the show doesn't really do much with her aside from now Lara and Camille are working together and trying to rebuild their relationship. That's it. That's really about it that they even do with this character until like the end. So yeah, I don't have much to say about Camille. I think there's a lot they can do with her. It's just that they haven't and they didn't, and the series I think faltered because of what Lara has been going through with Roth. And it's like it's almost never brought up really, and Camille's never is almost never brought up until some time until certain points in the in the plot. Like after she's introduced, she's not brought up again until the finale almost. So yeah. Next up is a Zip. I think Zip is fun. He's obviously just like I guess the tech hacker type of guy. And I think he's a fun character. I didn't like he's a supporting character, so I don't really need him. He's a tertiary character. He's not supposed to have the biggest development ever, but he's supposed to be at least entertaining and all that. So I get why he doesn't have much development and all that, but at least he got stuff to do. So I appreciate that. I think Sip is one of the better characters in the show because he's at least enjoyable to watch. So yeah, that's all we really gotta say about him. There's not much to his character, but yeah, that's all I gotta say about Sip. Next up is the fucking villain, Charles Devereaux. Okay. Charles Devereaux is such a boring villain because it like does every cliche horribly. Every villain cliche horribly. He's like, oh, you and I, Lara Croft, we're actually alike. We have a similar background. It's like, no the hell you no the fuck you don't. First of all, and second of all, we don't really see. They try to set him up as this tragic character and all that, but like, no, it doesn't work. Like, it's I don't feel bad for Charles. I don't feel. I don't. I don't think he's a good character. It's just kind of written very cliche, and there's no characterization. He's just villain. When they clearly wanted this character to be more than just villain. And everything he does is like so cartoonishly evil, it's baffling. Like Charles Devereaux is just not the best villain. He just isn't. I don't like Charles Devereaux. Because he's just so boring. He's just so boring to watch. He's so boring to listen to. He says nothing in every fucking line. He is such a boring villain. I don't even know how you get to this point, making such a boring villain. But yeah, yeah. It's just I don't like Charles Devereaux as a villain. He just again does nothing. He's beaten easily. He has fucking godstones, and normal ass Lara Croft and Camille beat him. He's not threatening. He really isn't. He's not his ass handed to him, but like he loses the upper hand quite a bit in the show. He's just not even that threatening. So yeah, no. I just again piss poor. Actually this is piss poor characterization. This is bad. Devereaux is a bad villain. But yeah, let's move on to the plot. Oh, the plot. Oh, okay, there's a lot of stuff going on. So basically, Charles Devereaux's entire like motivation is that he wants to get rid of the light because they ruined his childhood or whatever, and Lara Croft wants to stop him. That's really about it. There's no like sort of like rivalry between the two. So yeah, it hit like the plot fall. You can see where the plot is falling, where they don't like they try to make it seem like there's more to them, but like there truly isn't. Like there's more to their like rivalry that there is, but yeah, and it falls flat for the villain and the hero, which is what like the base I think you need to do. There is a lot of just and talking about characters, really, there's a lot of really bad chemistry. Again, like I was saying, I'm not a Tomb Raider fan, and this show should at least know that some people may not be Tomb Raider fans and may not play the $60 games. or like all three $60 games. So yeah, expecting them to watch like to play those or something. It's kind of in it's a hard, it's a tall order. So at least setting up the characters would have worked, would have been good. Like setting up the characters and setting up the chemistry would have been good in the relationship. But they don't do that. There is no chemistry between all these characters. It is like cliche ass writing. It is. There's nothing special I feel about about any of these characters. There's just nothing that I felt that really said, yeah, like they've known each other for life. It just kind of feels like, I don't know, work friends in a way, rather than like actual friends. Because again, all of that from the games, like it isn't carried over and not explained. So I don't know what the relationship between these characters are. I mean, the show alludes to, like, the show tells us, hey, these characters are close, but a lot of the times it's just kind of it's again, it's told, it's not shown. The most I remember is like they showed Jonah helping out Lara, and that was like in one episode, and that's all about it. But then Jonah kind of goes away, and then he reduced to he's reduced to a non-character who all he does is worry about Lara. Like, what the hell? I don't. Yeah, just these characters are badly, like, they have very badly written chemistry. Another thing I want to mention is the fact that this show has a lot of confusing lore within it. Like, the show revolves around like these four boxes, these four stones that are the Chinese perils, and they were hidden around the world and all that. And why were they hidden around the world? Why did the what was it? Aztecs? It was the Aztecs. Is it Aztecs? Maybe, I don't know, but it might have been. Hold on, I no. It's right here. Hold on. Ancient Ruins in Chile. That's not fucking explain anything. Whatever. The South American ruins. It's all. They also go to like Mongolia, which I get more. I guess most of them are in China. One of the stones is like, where was it again? Istanbul. Like, it's some of these do make sense, but Chile doesn't. Chile does not make any sense as to why the stone is there, or like the box was there. So what the hell? They don't explain it. At least to my knowledge, they don't explain it. So it's just like, oh, it's around the world because we need an around the world adventure. So it's like a Mr. Worldwide, but in the worst goddamn way. The light like comes up once. It's like brought up, oh, the big thing, the light. Fucking like they never explain. It's a cult, yes, but like they never really do anything with it. Lara Croft never like comes across them. It's just Charles's like things and all that. Yeah, it's bad. It's really bad. I think the lore is just like really, it's like confusing. It's confusing. It really is. Another thing I want to mention, like, about the fucking ruins and all the time about them now, is that they do puzzles with the with the ruins. There's a lot of puzzles here, and I'm fine there being puzzles in a movie and like in a show, but like, in this they are like video game puzzles translated into a show, and it is boring to sit through because they last forever. They last forever. It isn't. It's not. There's like no fucking thing. It's boring to sit through. It's painful. They are so boring, and just the entire show with all of its like lack of chemistry, boring villain, just not things that come from the characters, like the lore confusing you. It is boring. boring, boring, boring. Wow. Then that's why I stopped watching it for so long. It is painfully boring. And I forced myself to finish it. I forced myself, but it is painfully boring. So yeah. Anyways, to talking about the future, they're talking about the future. They're gonna make a season two. At the end, they set it up, and it's like, well, this setup comes out of nowhere because it comes from the beginning, like, oh, Lara's friends aren't contacting her after Roth's death, whatever. And then now it's like a big thing. Like, oh my god, this friend that we've never met before in the show is gone missing, and we gotta find her. So yeah, and again, that's mostly me not caring. It's mostly a byproduct of the show not expressing itself in the way that I wanted to with the characters. There's like the chemistry and the relationship down the shitter, really. So this show could have ended here. This show could have ended here, and it would have been fine because the entire plot of the show that they've gone here is like done. It's like the second season. The second season feels like an afterthought that they wanted to do after the show maybe did well and got nominated at the Game Awards. I mean, this was renewed before then, but whatever. You get my point. Like, it was nominated. So why make it money? Why make a season two money, or like at least like viewership, which gets Netflix money? So yeah, that's not much more the reason. Am I gonna watch it? I mean, if Meteor Face around by the time it comes out, then I'll definitely review it. But if I don't, if it's not, then I definitely won't bother. So yeah, and I don't know where the only way to go is like with her friend going missing. It's like there's nothing here from season one that they can bring over to season two. Like, or at least like maybe the relationship thing, but that would they're like fleshing out the characters thing, but that require them to do good writing. So yeah, I don't know if they even will. Also about the plot. There are the plot like one episode like that's bad bad pacing, especially at the end. Like there are things that like fucking just hammer it down like that they even know what they want to do. So there's a T-Rex fight at the end that has no bearing on the plot. It just happens for the sake of having a T-Rex fight or something. It's like they want to put it in there, but they don't know where, so they put it stuck at the end, which is the worst place to put things like that. After like everything is de-escalated, it's like, why the fuck are you doing this? Why? But anyways, ending it off. Tomb Raider: Legend of Lara Croft is painfully boring. It has some good elements and the ghost of a good storyline, but it sadly is hampered by a lot of things. But it's not the worst thing ever. That's why it's going in the D tier. So yeah, sorry to any Tomb Raider fans. I didn't like this show. I think it's a very interesting. I think doing like Chinese mythology is very interesting. But like aside from that, like I had interesting ideas and good animation, good action, but the story around it didn't really captivate me. So yeah, what did you guys think about the first season of The Legend of Lara Croft? Leave in the comments below. All our socials are in the description. And yeah, no, that's about it. See ya.